My Gavanen Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Archie Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on with the new campaign of Canned, with version 3 now released, and obviously has been now for quite a while. As I said in the last one, I thought post your ideas about whether or not we should just skip the next set of about 20 or so turns, and I am very grateful that we did, because nothing has happened. I defeated the rebel army that was knocking around there, and I captured Sayakan, and otherwise I've just been going on, as you can see, a tower building spree, and also building as much as possible. I have built so many mines that I've tried to get as much money as humanly possible, and also I've turned Kruk Mahur into a stronghold. Not a stronghold, it hasn't actually upgraded. I've turned it into a location where our troops can be trained, and it's got the best current barracks available to us. And you can see it's just completing an armory there as well. And I'm mustering an army in Kruk Mahur. Elsewhere, I've, as I say, built as many buildings as humanly possible. I've also ensured that each fort has a full complement of units in case we needed to just have little reactionary parties knocking around here, there and everywhere for the inevitable. And indeed in the fort to the north as well. Oibamari is also being turned something into a military fort, and I'm training some forces there. Otherwise, it's all been economy based. Now, in terms of events, nothing major has happened. A couple of standard sort of wars, nothing really out of the ordinary. So I can't remember if I did it in the episode or not, but I made peace with Gondor. No, I did do that in the last episode, didn't I? Yeah, so we're not actually currently at war with anyone. Only the rebels, and they haven't been a threat. I did have a little bit of a moment where I thought to myself, gosh, Gally, you're such a moron. I looked down here and I thought, oh, brilliant. And Karagmir hasn't been captured by Harad. This is phenomenal news. And then I remembered that, of course, that the entire southern section of the map is a vast wilderness that you cannot enter. And so that was my own failing. Now, I had planned to send the Kruk Mahur army south into Korondaj and take that from Harad now. However, I am well aware that the Blue Wizards are now coming, and because on the 38th turn I was given the message that something is happening. Now, unfortunately, in my attempts to try and record that, I had to reload the autosave because the map had all wigged out, and I wanted the map to look proper. And in doing so, the message did not pop up again. So I'm going to cut away now to the message in the modding build where I've edited to show it, just so that I can read it to you and so you know what the Blue Wizards like pre-message looks like. So I'll jump over there and read that to you now. So, the first message, as I say, pops up at turn 38, but I've edited it so I can read it to you. So this is the warning you get before the Blue Wizards come. Khan, I bring to you news that could prove of dire consequence to us if it possesses verity. Rumours have reached us from the east, coming on trade caravans and spread across one clan to another, through riders speaking of great chaos and battles. Due to the many sources of these tales, their contents are contradictory. Some speak of a great host of dwarves that have descended from the Oricani to pillage and devastate the clans. Others speak of clans that, once sane, have become mad overnight, turning away from the Dark Lord and forsaking their lands to wage war on their friends, or flee from the lands devoted to the Dark Tower. Most rumours speak, however, of two figures clad in blue that walk the plains, leaving naught but chaos in their wake. Some writers claim these are only servants of the Dark Tower that have been dispatched by the Dark Lord to test us, and if we yield to their offers, we shall be struck down by the Lord, and our clan and its memory shall be purged and cast into oblivion, Dark Lord. I, however, read in my youth of the Istari, an order of beings akin to the Dark Lord that serve the treacherous Valar, and seek to cast our Lord into the abyss. I fear they may be of this order, and their aim is to seduce us away from the Dark Lord and deceive us into a war with the Tower. I have spoken to many riders, and the rumours have been moving west towards us, with the speed of our finest horses. We may be drawn into a confrontation with them very soon, and when that moment comes, we will be forced to yield to them, or fight them, and the vast horde rumours state that they have gathered. Right, so having now understood that something is about to happen, we can end the turn. Now, do note that I know that it happens on the next turn, so spoiler alert. As soon as we end turn, we're going to get the Blue Wizard choice. So, let's buckle down, brace ourselves, save it as Campaign 3, because why not? And let's prepare for the utter carnage. The best army that I have got is in Kruk Mahur. Fortunately, we got a Nomad's Guild giving us a melee weapon bonus. Very nice indeed. And it's got all the way up to Blacksmith already, which is brilliant. I'm pretty sure that's the highest tier smith we actually get. So, Kruk Mahur is churning out armoured and well-armed units. But otherwise, we're still a lot of trash. We've got a lot of trash. Chelkar is made up entirely of trash, and could do with a general over there, actually. I realise now I haven't got one. There are 2 here. I'd be tempted to send Khan Arkish, actually, just to get him out of Stirlutsakhand in case it goes a bit tits up. So, we'll send him out.
We move at first light.
And then this... you can throw some units into the mix. Please do. Let's just end the turn. I have a really horrible suspicion, if memory serves, that our regions rebel against us when we side with the Blue Wizards, because of course only Khan Arkish and a certain... Basically, the nation is divided. Some would side with Mordor, some would side with the new powers. And I think that's exactly what is going to happen. Now, also, to not do a disservice to those who wrote the script itself and then wrote the actual messages, I am going to read them. So, as you've already seen with the other one. So if you don't particularly want to see it, obviously, just skip ahead. But I will read it for the benefit of the rest of us. So, the Khan and the Istari. Khan, I'm deeply sorry to interrupt your feast, but the Istari, the Blue Wizards I spoke of, have been sighted on the horizon and are fast approaching the camp. I fear we must make ourselves ready to receive them, as we cannot fight them with such short notice. Taking your throne, you made ready to entertain the Blue Wizards, and after a few moments, the 2 Istari swept into your tent, clad in robes of sky blue and clutching simple staves carved of the dark wood of the plains. The 2 bowed to you and began to address you. O great Khan, leader of the diverse and mighty people of Khand, and your retinue, we are the Blue Wizards. I am Alatar, and my companion is Palando. We have come to you to ask of you a harrowing task, one that will be the most difficult that you have ever faced. But in its undertaking, your people shall become more prosperous, and your memory shall be enshrined in your legends for ages to come. We ask for you to abandon Sauron and join us. At the mention of the Dark Lord's name, some of your retinue jeered at the heretical act the Istari had committed. Others spat at the Istari due to their sheer absurdity of their request. Palando continued, undeterred by the jeering. We know this goes against all of your traditions and your beliefs, but you serve a lord who treats you as mere pieces upon the board, willing to throw away as many lives as it takes without consideration, as long as he accomplishes his goal. Furthermore, he values you even less than he does his other servants, for you are divided and scattered, and in his eyes you are nothing compared to the unified hammers of Harad and Rune. It is those 2 that shall be rewarded if Sauron claims dominion over Middle-earth. Your clan shall only be tossed the scraps. If you desert him, you can forge a new golden age for Khand, one in which you will be beholden to no one. Furthermore, not only shall we and our host join you, for you are our final destination as Khan, but the Orokani shall serve you, and they shall grant you the secrets of the crossbow. If you do align with us, however, we fear we dwell too close to the shadow of Mordor, and Sauron will easily be able to send an Inquisitor to crush our rebellion. Hence, we shall need to fight against foes from every side. We know this is a fateful decision for you, so we shall give you the night to think it over. The 2 Istari and your retinue left your tent, leaving you with your advisor. Khan, I can see now why many clans joined them. Their offer is compelling and does ring true. However, I think if we were to deny them, the Dark Lord may reward us, perhaps with the knowledge of taming the great beasts. The Inquisitor the Istari spoke of would be granted to us as a reward, along with the service of his troops. I think he may be a black Númenorian, so perhaps we would be granted the service of Mordor's famed temple legions. With such rewards from the Dark Tower, we could prove that we are worth more than scraps and defy the destiny they foretold of us under the Dark Lord. Our people would even find you a truly great leader. I think with such prestige you may be able to command them to gather in even larger camps. In the end, however, it is your decision, my Khan. If we wish to accept the offer of the Istari, click the green tick. If you want to refuse, click the red cross. Let's do it. Rebellion erupts! The following morning you told the 2 Blue Wizards your answer to their proposal. Khand would join with them. Upon hearing this, the 2 Istari were struck speechless, until Palando addressed you. Great Khan, know your decision is the right one. Despite choosing the hard path, the path that will demand a price in your people's blood. At the end of it, they will be prosperous in a land where they shall be beholden to none but themselves. Alatar then continued, We, our clans, and the Orokani are now under your command. Together we shall strike a blow to the enemy that shall cripple him, and that blow shall shatter the manacles of slavery for your people wear. We cannot linger here, however, for not all of your people will join us, for they are still blinded by the enemy's lies, and an Inquisitor from Mordor shall be dispatched to quell our uprising. We must go to call upon our force that awaits us. We shall return with reinforcements with the utmost haste. Know now your people will rebel against you, and those you once thought loyal will turn to the Dark Tower, instead and attempt to kill you in the name of the enemy. And you shall even have to bear the brunt of the Temple Legions, commanded by a dread Inquisitor. Stand firm and await our coming. I shall do.
An honor to serve.
I think that means we've got to turn.
Tomorrow's journey awaits.
I am very concerned. Oh, our relationships have improved across the board. And we are now at war with Mordor, the Ar-Adonayim, the tribes of Harad, the Eastlings of Rhûn, but we are now allied staunchly to the Kingdom of Gondor and the Principality of Dol Amroth. And it's all about to go off, isn't it? So, let's save it again, just because I'm mega paranoid. We'll call it Campaign 4, why not? I really want to win this, and I am very concerned I am not going to be able to do that. But I'm going to give it a damn good try. I quite like that message, actually. That was quite... I don't think I wrote that. I should canvas before I start heaping praise on it. And I think that was really well written. And it did stoke a kind of ire within you, you know, to fight against Sauron. I quite liked it. So kudos to whoever wrote it. Possibly Racer, actually. I'm pretty sure he did the bulk of the work for Cad. Oh, no. The Harad have taken Amun-Ithil. Ah, it is as I feared. Please tell me I get to keep the garrison. Oh, nothing seemed to happen in Shelkar. What of Khazad-dum? Nothing seemed to happen in Khazad-dum either. Oh, unrest is just spreading. There is public unrest and riots in Shelkar. It is highly probable that there shall be an uprising. 559 citizens were killed in riots. And in 770... Jesus. Right, we're definitely going to lose these towns. So just get the garrisons out. I don't want to risk losing an entire garrison. I can't believe 500 people just died. Goodness gracious. We have changed culture, as expected. We are no longer men of the East. That is the word, isn't it? East, yeah. We are now nomads. And we have refuges and sanctuaries. We don't want to be building any of those at the moment, as they're a waste. Ah, but I see the culture has been given to you as a gift. That's good. That is very good. I was concerned. Goodness, we're losing so much money. We're not even going to be able to train our nomad horsemen. That's disappointing. Oh, they need retraining anyway, so we'll try for that instead of recruiting a new one. We continue to brace ourselves for the inevitable onslaught that's about to come. I know it's a gamble, but I'm going to pull everyone out of all of them. I don't know if the garrisons die or not. This could all be for naught, but I'm very concerned that the garrisons die, and I don't want to lose them. So we're going to have to endure a bit of unrest, a bit of hatred. And we need to move on Harad immediately. The army in Krok-Mahur should have moved out then. That was foolish to not have done that already. Damn it. What's going to happen now? I've never actually tested the canned campaign in full. So many of the events that we are now seeing are unknown to me as well. Ah, we would have lost the garrison. Yes, wise decision. Our men fled when they saw that the people were turning against them. I'm hoping maybe only Shelkar, Khazad-dum, and Oiber-Mari go. Maybe we get to keep Sturlutza and Amu. I'm not really sure. But we have lost a few. Ah, look, Mordor orcs have scampered through to assist them. Buggers. Right, stand on the bridge. Can Arkish get involved with him? Take the units from the fort.
We move. An honor to serve.
Principality of Dol Amroth like us. Sturlutza built its Warlord's Hall, and 2 settlements have fallen.
Noble one.
Calf. Pull back to the army at Amu Khan.
At once. We move. Orders.
I'm almost certain Oiber-Mari rises up against us as well. I'm sure of it.
As you will. Forming up together.
I don't think Sayakan goes, and I don't think Krok-Mahur goes. So we should be alright with these two. Leave behind those. Just the one should be alright.
Yes. An honor to serve. We close
Right,
for
you
battle.
fellows, head north. You're going to be needed in the north.
By your will.
We're going to lose money now. We had so much money, and now we are hemorrhaging it. I'm already in debt. It doesn't take a lot.
How may I? Yes.
And
no.
then again. But we really were at the peak of the point in between where I was just passing the turns and building things. At our wealthiest point, we were only 7,000 a turn, which was phenomenally useful, and I was able to build so much. But unfortunately, of course, the loss of all of these regions is now contributing to our monetary woes. My phone is notifying me that, yes, Watford have just scored against Leicester City. Troy Deeney, of course. Apologies for those of you who aren't interested in football at all. But, I get the notifications to my phone when I don't watch it or go in person. It is a Sunday, if you're wondering. Captain Borlak has risen up against us. Oh no!
We rest here until dawn.
Candish rebels. Those are good available units. I can't run them away either. It's best to just try that.
They fight like a cornered snake. Pull
Right.
back.
They're only trash anyway. It's all right.
Sunsets on today's journey.
But then his army is trash as well. We have got 2 units of archers, and Karnakish, I think, is the cavalry archers. Oh, we're up against garbage. We can do it. Our first victory over the rebels.
We shall all find a way
Smash
to
'em.
an honourable victory.
And they've attacked us on a bridge. Very risky decision on their part. Oh, we should be alright. We should be alright. Ah, yes, a good bridge battle. I mean, we obviously already knew it was a bridge battle, but I mean, it is a good bridge battle. Some of the battle maps for bridges are atrocious and absolutely useless. What have you got, Arkish? You are just Varag nobles, aren't you? Yeah. Right, we'll line them up at the back. Nothing too fancy, and just shoot straight down that bridge. Oh, goodness, look how much cavalry we've got, though. You guys try and hold for as long as possible. I'll tell you what, actually, stand even further back. And we're going to have to just do, like, charges, aren't we? Oh, they have the Shogun 2 voices. And then we'll have 2 behind the archers, I think, to just charge through. That's going to have to be it. Fire at will, Commander. Right, well, here they come. Or do they? Might get a cheeky free victory. They can definitely cross the bridge because we can, which means they can. And this is a standard battle map. Right, I'll cut it and I'll rejoin it when they do something. Welcome back. So I was baiting them with archers and we've gone quite a long time without them having done anything whatsoever, and then out of nowhere they just charged cavalry through. Which is very frustrating. But those archers have finished and these ones haven't actually really shot anything yet. So now we didn't get to throw our javelins at all, but we have got them pinned in. And Khan Arkish is also joining in now. Get the archers out. You guys shoot at something. Get involved, get involved. We've managed to kill more of them than they killed of us with our 1 unit of archers shooting them.
Shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory.
Now it's just how long can our step units hold them there while our archers just fire everything that they've got left. Don't know, we're going to need to charge in. Nice. Marauders, though, I mean, I know that we're a cavalry nation and our cavalry is good as we get later on. Marauders are not good. No matter what point you fight at, no matter how you swing it, the only thing they've got going for them is that they have a very fast movement speed. Otherwise, they are pretty garbage cavalry, it has to be said. But they do appear to be smashing the enemy. So we'll charge into again. throw every
Only half
cavalry
the
unit
enemy
in.
force remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight.
I'm not bothered if all of these nomad cavalry die. This army, apart from our Khan, and there he is at the back there, the entire army is expendable. They're all just garbage trash units that I just trained anything I could train, and at this point it's all we can train. And so I trained as much as I could to ensure we had some reaction forces when it all went a bit awry, which it of course has now.
For the moment, the fickle smile of fortune shines upon us. Pray
Right.
this is a portent of a victory.
In order to bait the enemy out to us, pull everyone back. Pull everybody back! Pull them back! Then their archers have to come to us if they wish to continue fighting. Are you going to shoot those horse archers over there? That's their general, isn't it? Don't do that, you're just wasting yourselves. Arkish, put the pretender down! There he is. Our Khan will show him why he has chosen the wrong side. How do you know who to attack when you all look the same? Which one's ours? This is the enemy here.
The enemy's
Oh, and
general
down he
lies
goes.
dead. Now his men can sense their doom upon them.
Damn right they can. It's only the orcs, the cowardly orcs, that stayed on the other side, really. Oh, and some Khazad-dum archers. Oh, it's just charged all the cavalry, and they're only steppe cavalry. Oh, sorry, marauders. I keep thinking they're called steppe because the trash units for Hurricane are all called steppe. So steppe archers, steppe tribesmen.
With horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
And these for a long time were
They
steppe
run
cavalry,
like
I think.
children. Scour them from the field.
Capture as many as we can. Come on. Although they're a garbage army, but anyone that survives will get back to the town, so... Come on, marauders, you're very, very fast. Be fast. That's it though, isn't it? That'll do. Glorious
They must
victory!
curse the day they were born.
107 nobles, well done.
poets
113
write of this
marauders.
most wondrous triumph.
198. I didn't see the 198. Damn it. Glorious, glorious victory though. I'm very pleased with that. Putting down the rebel scum. It's such a cool event to have your nation rebel against you, and not in the kind of the way where the game inherently can, whereby the town starts to hate you so much they rebel against you. It's nice to have a rebellion that's got a theme. So I consider this very much what would happen if Brexit were decided in the 1600s, for example, which is exactly when we had our civil war. So, excuse me, sorry, rather fitting. Oh, Oibamari, the damage is by being done. We are going to lose both of them. No. You see the size of those garrisons as well that they're sending against us. Oibamari and Amukan, unrest spreads. We'll get Korandaj before the day is out. We definitely don't lose Kruk-Mahur. You only lose the starting regions. And the only reason I know that is because, of course, the script needs to be sure you own those provinces in order to raise an army against them. Because otherwise, if, for example, it also worked for Kruk-Mahur and Korandaj, then rebel armies siding with Mordor against Khand would then be attacking Harad. So it doesn't make sense. We need Oibamari is more important than Amukan, so we'll head north.
Yes, noble master. Orders.
Because Oibamari is an excellent training location.
We move
And
at first light.
we're not going to have the mines up by the time it's done. Oibamari being a castle is useful
How
for
may I
training.
serve?
And then, as I say, I can't remember if Sturlutzerkand goes as well. Send the army north. Just send everything north. You guys can lie and wait for Sturlutzer. If Sturlutzer doesn't rebel, then these people can move in and be the garrison. That's not a problem.
Yes.
Oh, now my towers are totally
How
undone.
may I serve? As you will.
Merge with them.
Our enemies will suffer.
Barkhtan is also heading on the northern side. I'm not too bothered about Kizilkurm. I don't think Mordor will bother with us just yet, but Harad might. But if we can really hit Harad hard, Dol Amroth might be able to pick up the slack. So that's the only thing I'm thinking. course, Dol Amroth and Gondor are very powerful nations, and arguably they're better at the beginning when their troops are much better than Mordor's Harads and Ardenaims, for example. Or, to put that in another way, in the late game, Mordor becomes like a snowball. So they can train so many troops that in the late game they just become almost unstoppable. Because even though their troops are trash, they've got so many of them, it doesn't matter how good your troops are, you're not going to stop when it's 10-1. But in the early game, before Mordor can get to that point, Gondor outclasses them so much that if they can get a foothold in the earlier stages, they will beat Mordor later on. And Dol Amroth and Harad are a similar sort of position. But Harad, of course, have been changed as of quite a while ago. Oh, we've lost so many regions that the Khan's demise message has popped up. No. Harad now, of course, are better than they were before. Much, much better. And they're no longer a trash size nation. They are now one that deals in just skillful units.
We move. I'm honored to serve. Yes.
And so it's less prominent there.
By your orders.
Just bypass. No, walk past. You know where the nation is. Oh, they get Warlock's Cataphract. And Guard. Christ alive. That garrison army is insanely powerful. We get trash, and they're coming at us with late game units. Who thought this script up? Bring me their head. We are losing so many provinces. But we're going to get Shelkar back, and then that army can move up. And I'll tell you what, actually, Bartan, the Northern Army's got enough. You hang on and wait and join Khan Arkish and get Kisleton back. Iltig, I don't think he's going to make it to you because we foolishly walked right past the rebels. So, Iltig, you're on your own.
Your enemies shall fall.
And then let's just pray we don't lose Sturlutzer as well. Of course, in a moment, we do get the reinforcements the Blue Wizards spoke of. The Blue Wizards went ahead of the column that they were leading in order to essentially give us a warning, or rather hope that we would join them. And then they go back to get their column. And because, of course, if we don't join them, then they need to attack us. Although, I suppose it doesn't... I don't know. They're faster on their own, I suppose, and time is of the essence against Sauron. There you go, that's the reason. So they come first. They come forward first to try and get you on their side earlier so that they can hit Sauron earlier. And then they go back to get the column. And we are going to lose Sturlutzerkand. And the Inquisitor's army is coming. This is going to take so long to recover from. So long. And when we take Korondaj, we're going to have a massive border with Harad. But we needed somewhere that wasn't garrisoned by a gigantic army. And this is all we had.
By your will.
We weren't attacked, though.
How may I serve?
Blessings be upon us all.
Our enemies will suffer. None of them shall escape. Orders.
We can get up there and support Iltig. Oh, look, that's not a very good army. They've got a lot of orcs. That's all right. We've got a lot of cavalry. All of these cavalry. And let's not forget that cavalry in the hands of a human player is still incredibly powerful. And so we do always have an edge playing as Khand. But Shelkar or Korondaj will surely rise up in a moment and we'll have to fight one of those two. And then, oh, it's the Inquisitor himself that takes your capital. Goodness gracious. Oh my god, he'll have an insane army. I don't even want to look at what that army's got. Where are the wizards? Where are the damnable wizards? How long do they take to come? What in Christ's name? Where on earth did Wasifar just come from? What is happening? We can't beat that with Marauders. We cannot beat that. We're outnumbered 2-1 and we're weaker. If pull back to the bridge. We pulled back at least far enough away.
We are beaten. Retreat. Moving away from the enemy.
Right, we can beat this army though, and we can get Oibamari back. He's only got crappy orcs. So this battle will likely end the episode, but let's bloody do it.
Or slowly. I care not. Just
Can you imagine how difficult this would be if you didn't plan for it? I mean, I've spent 40 turns trying to get as much money as possible to build a big an army as I could, get troops everywhere I could get them, and even I'm going to still struggle massively to defeat and reclaim our lands. And if you hadn't planned for this, if you'd attacked Gondor, for example, my goodness, you would just be utterly wiped out. I can see a lot of people probably rage quit around this time. We've got quite a nice little army here, though, actually. Quite a nice, diverse army. Light cavalry! Right, get up this hill. Before the enemy thinks to actually attack us. We don't have much in the way of infantry, though. Of course, being canned, we have nothing. We do get some... we do get some good infantry, but not yet. That's the kicker. Get the General's Bodyguard up on the top behind. And you guys might as well go over there as well. Everybody's running. Oh, hang on. We have 2 units. That's stupid of me. Run in place. Go for it. Go, 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 go. There we are. The army's assembled. We're in positions. Throw those javelins. Get throwing. Right, cavalry. You're paramount to our success here. But we've got a lot of archers. We might as well use them. Dark Numenorians, the instigators of our demise. We must ensure their utter destruction. And then these, the worst of all things, traitors. They are, however, much better than our bowmen. So if we could mass target them, that would be really, really good. Oh, and they've got armor-piercing nomad axemen knocking around. Might as well just charge into them, you know. Get at least some bonus. Oh, nomads against nomads. Flag against flag. Brother on brother. As the marauders charge past in the distance. Pull out. Another cavalry line hits, but really doesn't do very well. Oh, they just got broken up on. Stones, maybe? You fellows, move closer. Get the generals in. Next unit on the Nomad Axemen. I thought I had 4 units of marauders. Oh no. Oh, I've got 3 units of cavalry. Goodness. Nomad Axemen have taken a right pounding. Go up there and flank on those. Javelins. Men of the steppe, now is your time. Erupts. Spears out. Stand firm. Don't give them any quarter. Who's this charging in here? Hit that Orc Coast for me, please. We've got an Orc Coast routing. Nomads. Ah, those Nomad Axemen, I've left my horses.
Only half the enemy force remains. We must pray they lose
Fire
their
whatever
will
you
to
want.
fight.
I think we're going to smash them. 52 plays 14. We are going to smash them. Ah, oh, cavalry, how I love thee. And also hate thee, but love thee most of the time. Our generals are also, if memory serves, relatively good in melee. Yes, 9 attack, 20 defense. Effective against armor. Oh, that's good. Is that melee only, or is that with their bows? That must be with their bows. Oh. It's interesting when it crops up in places you don't expect it. Don't go near the Nomad Axemen. They will hack you to pieces. We've got enemy routing, but we've also got enemies defiant. Can you sneak through that gap? Sneak? That's not a word. Can you sneak through that gap and hit them? Need support. Those Nomad Axemen there I'm not bothered about. Our units will... We've got... The archers will be... Will at least fight in melee. They might not be the best at it, but they'll at least do it. Oh my goodness, that was an absolutely blistering charge. And the Axemen are routing. Did you hear the screams? Cracking sound overhaul. I think we've got them. I think we have got them. Right. generals. See, even small cavalry units like our generals are still really powerful when used well. Our cavalry thunders across the steppe into the bowmen of which they were once allies. The axes of the Kandish raiders come down on the Variags. The general premise, of course, in Khand is that the Variags are a tribe within Khand, and they are the greatest tribe within Khand, but they aren't the only ones. So that's why there's Variag units, Kandish units, Marauders, for example. They're all variations, or rather different tribes. Why have you guys got so many more arrows? Right, you fellows, just charge in. No one's on defensive mode anymore, please. I don't know what's still fighting. I don't know how they haven't figured out they've lost yet. You guys charge into those horse archers.
Running in our favor. Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning
Charge
the
into
battle.
them. And bodyguards are doing alright.
The enemy general flees like an old woman.
Yeah, it's over.
Attack! They run like children.
Capture what you
Scour
can.
them
Oh,
from
we're
the
already at
field.
92. Excellent victory!
This is a
Yes,
most
yield
crushing
Tig!
victory. Your
238
name will live in
Variag
marble,
nobles.
and our foes in sand.
Yes! Oibamari is back. We've got our northern border secured. Well, we've still got to take it, but that won't be a trouble. For some reason, even though a general spawned to take the city, they didn't use the general in the roaming army. So they've intentionally nerfed themselves. I don't understand. The AI is a baffling creature, but one that we all must deal with. But I'm very pleased that we've secured the north. That will at least mean we've got some warning system on Mordor and Rune. I don't think Rune... I don't know. No, I think of the three, Mordor are the most likely to leave us alone. And I think Harad are the most likely to attack us, but Rune are and then Rune in the middle. Khan's darkest hour. Khan's darkest hour. It is Khan's darkest hour, for your rule had been challenged by upstart generals, encouraged by the Inquisitor, who seek to earn Sauron's favour and even the rulership of Khand itself, by bringing your head to the Dark Tower on a stake. They arose and sieged many of your core cities, leaving Khand in desperate straits, as now the Inquisitor himself sieges the ancestral capital of Khand, Sturlutz-Khand. All seems lost, say Kandmore. As the sun rose on what many expected to be Khan's last day, it rose on Sturlutz, a city doomed to fall to Mordor. As you and your leaders prepared to give up hope and beg for mercy from the Dark Lord, a messenger burst into the war room, crying that a massive army had been seen on the horizon bearing the banner of the Istari. At long last, the promised reinforcements have arrived to bolster your own forces and deliver Khand from its darkest hour. The Istari have kept their promise and bring with them the dwarven forces from the Orokani and allies from the eastern tribes. You can now build Orokani halls in Sturlutz-Khand, Amu-Khand, and Oibamari. You will also find that thanks to the knowledge of the dwarves, our mines are more productive, and the trade they brought have made our markets more profitable. The Istari also bring with them gold and other supplies that will last 5 years to help pay for the upkeep of their dwarven and human allies. Does that actually see us earn any money? No, we're still hemorrhaging money, but maybe that doesn't kick in till next time. And somewhere... Palando the Blue arrives, and Alatar the Blue arrives, with Blacklock Engineers, Iron Fist Hammers, Stonefoot Spearmen, Orokani Warriors, Stiffbeard Archers, and Ushishia Storm Riders, along with a battalion of Wind Riders of Khand and a catapult. Alatar the Blue himself comes with Iron Fist Hammers. A formidable array of units.
Yes, noble master. An honor to serve. How may I serve?
We should be able to retake our homelands with these armies. Merge together. Oh, come on. Oh, that's so frustrating when they do that.
Noble master. I have nothing to say to you, noble one.
Scam! Oh my god. What is that garrison? Ankanta Saka of Khand, who comes with a legion of Temple Knights. Many Dark Numenorians, great beasts in amongst the mix, 2 catapults. Is this a dwarven catapult? Yes! Yes! We will smash them. Take it to them. I'm not going to siege the city. I'm going to wait for them to come out. But, where are the rest of our armies? Kanarkish and Bartan. Back to Krokmahur, both of you. That's essentially our capital now. If it isn't our capital, I don't know why. Is Sayakan been made the capital? Yes, that's stupid. You can't change the capital, unfortunately, unless you have the money. Ah, no, you can. Yes, you can. Perfect. That is now our capital, quite rightly. Stelazza is lost to us. The north is in turmoil.
Yes, noble master.
Oh, they've left the best units in Omega. Idiots. I tell you what, because this is a monumentous moment, let's meet them on the field of battle and trash them.
Will be an honorable battle.
And then that will end the episode. Alatar, or Palando, sorry. Palando has... I don't know, we'll find out when we get in there.
Not one of us
Let's do it.
to give all in battle.
Let's bloody smash them. And then we can easily mop up Amukhand, and then hopefully, providing Alatar... Either Alatar's going to win, or we're about to lose one of the blue wizards. But then we can head south. Blacklock Engineers. There he is. Palando the Blue. The Dwarven army with him. And we've got a unit of Dwarven catapults. And there's our Wind Riders of Khand. The fastest cavalry unit in the game, they are. They are very, very fast on the field. Which just helps when you're chasing down routing units, really. Oh, and you want to see the Ishushia. There they are. Crossbow-wielding cavalry warrior maidens. There they are.
Rally together!
Yeah! Anyway, we'd be fools not to take the hill up here and come at them from the side, so that is what we will do. And then we'll arrange our army once we know what's going to happen. I'm hoping the bulk of their force will stay down there, so we could... Well, actually, I don't know. They're clever, though, aren't they? And they do tend to move to hills. So, no, we will set ourselves in this corner. Control missile. Nobody fire at will. You certainly don't fire at will. Also, no one on defensive mode unless necessary or told. Ah, fools! They've put themselves completely at the bottom. What on earth are they thinking? They have, however, moved their units at a run, and I've moved my units at a walk. Because I didn't want to leave the catapults behind, and if we run, the catapults won't be involved at all. There's the bodyguard unit. There's Warlord Cataphracts over there. Warlord Cataphract archers. Yeah, so not too bad. And then nomads. No, we're going to need to do something. We're going to need to change. I think they might attack us. So we'll take this hill here. Archers and crossbows. Right, now we can run. Shishia, you feel free to start. Wind Riders are getting attacked. Jesus. Might as well pause it. Take the defensive line. Stand your ground, laddies. Orokani warriors, I think, are more of a strike infantry, so we'll get those on the flanks with the cavalry. And that's everyone, I think. Into positions. We'll bait the enemy into attacking us. Now, the beautiful thing about catapults is that when they finish with their main ammunition, they will readily swap to the next set of ammunition and thereafter and thereafter. So once you've used all of the standard ammunition, you can change to mortar fire and then grape shot, and you won't actually lose anything, if that makes sense. But first of all, we need the enemy to come to us. No, 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 no. Oh, goodness, that was close. They run over your own units, by the way. They are, friendly fire is very much a thing with the Storm Riders, so. But they are very deadly. And hopefully we can get the enemy to attack. Looks like they might be playing ball. Oh goodness, they don't like being shot with archers. Arrow fire though. Goodness, they hate being shot with arrow fire. I've lost them all. Here I am telling you how great they are, and I've gotten them all killed. Did the enemy take our little bait? No, they've moved back again. Come on, you buggers. I know we attacked you, but like at least play along a bit. Move the line up then. We will have to forego the... If I could get to the lip of that hill, then brilliant, but I'm not sure we'd get there in time. Although we could sprint. But then our catapults are key, and they won't be used. Tell you what, do just sprint the line up. Let's just go for it. I'm not too worried about the Ushishi now. I've gotten them killed. They used to be blindingly good, but I think they were a little too good, so we had to nerf them a bit. So now they are just kind of good crossbow units. Alright, let's do it. It's about time! Shoot the step archers there. Don't fire at will.
We are winning the battle.
I imagine we will smash the battle, not just win it. Shisha get involved. You guys can go for them, but they will run away, so come down here and flank. Mortar shots firing into the sky. Go on! Oh, it's absolutely devastating. And down they go. God, do I love Dwarven catapults. They've charged into our archers. Give me another volley. Thank you. In we come. Oh, right on target. Nice. Defend the catapults. Everyone's engaged in something. What does this actually do? I don't really know, but if you could use that. Oh, and they did charge us, the cataphracts. Our Wind Riders are dying though. Wind Riders are very, very fast, and they are relatively good, but they're not amazing. They're stat-wise, they're just kind of a decent, speedy cavalry. But in this prolonged melee against another cavalry unit, they will take losses. Can you change focus on those Nomad Axemen? Because our units down there are taking losses. Was that too close? I think that might be too close. Bugger. And now you're not doing anything. Might as well return to shooting them then. You guys feel free to fire at will. Charge in. Charge in. Shields out. Swords at the ready. I can't help but notice that you stopped charging. Ah, we won on that side though. Ah, the cavalry is won. Wasting them, just standing around doing nothing. Those Nomad Horsemen won't survive long though, so that should be alright. Wind Riders. 54 kill, plays 20. The only real damage are these Axemen, because of course they're armor piercing. I'm a little concerned this grape shot might hit our own forces. Or just miss altogether. Yeah, they're in a bad position.
Only half the enemy force remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight.
We've pretty much won though, so I don't think it matters too much. Ah, they're routing. It's over.
Behold our worthless foe. See, our enemy flees before us like a herd of goats. Drive them
Capture
from the
everyone
battle.
we can. $92, there we are. Excellent victory. Clear. 228,865.
Let us drink of the most rare and glorious fruit.
Who got the most kills after all? 167. Dwarven Khazad-dum. No way. It fired like 5 shots and still killed more than anyone else. You imagine if it was actually in a good position and it was commanded by a good captain. It would do so much better. But anyway, I am going to have to end this episode there because it's gone on considerably longer than I had initially anticipated. So that's my bad. But then it is only coming up to 1:45, and it's better to have lunch at 1 o'clock, I think, than 12:30. I'm preempting. I might get a little rap on the knuckles. You said you'd only be 30 minutes. Enemy camp sacked. Palando the Blue. Reclaim Amukan.
Yes, noble master.
Relationships, blah, 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 blah. But there we are. That is a perfect moment to end. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I do hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, because I am very invested already. I'm thoroughly enjoying both of the campaigns at the moment. It's a little bit of a YouTube revival for me. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed. And until we speak again, dear friends, continue playing version 3 and having fun. And Navarne den Perimad Melonin. And farewell.